Here we are, Canby, Oregon. Yeah, I gotta wait for the Aramark truck to get out of the way. He seems to be here every time I come here. But I'll come back here, get my doors open, and get ready. Already checked in with the security guard. Yeah, this place. So they got all these steel coils in here. I didn't even know if you can see in there or not. A little bit of room. Ooh. Yeah, I'm kind of facing downhill here, but I'll have to go over there by that gate and kind of do a 90. This is like the super highway to get into their parking, so at certain times of day there is hellacious traffic coming in and out of here. Trying to back in can sometimes be a challenge. Some will wait, some will not. But yeah, there's just all these rolls of steel in here. Yeah, it was like really nose heavy. I had to have my tandems all the way up front. Now I shall go back in here and wait for this guy to get out of here. Yeah, they usually take forever here. Ambulance was here. I don't know what he was doing, but I watched him come in earlier. Yeah, I got this new Garmin Drive, or Garmin 66W. Yeah, I'm still trying to get that figured out. I've put it in different spots on the windshield, trying to see if I get a better view. Yesterday I had it closer to the center, and a small portion of the screen was picking up the windshield divider. So I moved it over a little bit. Now something keeps telling it to I don't know if it's picking up the windshield wiper, but it's picking up something, and then it's telling it collision warning or something on there. I turned the lane departure thing off because that kept coming off for no reason. Lane departure. I didn't even know it had those features, but it'll tell you when you're close to something, or whether you're leaving the lane. Only I wasn't leaving the lane, so I don't know why that kept coming on, so I just shut that off. And then this morning it kept saying something detected, and it was recording. Incident detected, so it was recording. I don't know what it was. I was pulling out of a parking space. Incident detected. What incident? Technology, gotta love it. It thinks it knows better than you do, but it really doesn't. Yeah, so this is a really exciting place. I come in here about once a month. And yeah, they will unload you early. I've had I had something happen a while back, and I didn't get here until late in the evening, and they still took me and got me unloaded. But Yeah, by the time I got out of here, I didn't have any hours left, and I had to go try and find some parking. Luckily, there's if you can get over to I-5, there's a rest area headed south, and I was picking up down that way anyway, so a couple miles from where I was picking up the next day, there's a rest area there. So that was kind of handy, but I had to do a PC forced off property to go to this rest area, which I hate having to use PC time, but what do you do? You know, back in the day when we had paper logs, you did it and you just kind of made it look legit, and you know, what's 15 or 20 minutes, you know, realistically, especially on a day where you hardly drove. And you sit in the dock for 6 hours, and that takes up your 14-hour clock. And then you get to a point where you can stop, and you're out of time because the last place you dropped at took up the rest of your 14-hour clock. It doesn't matter that you only drove 5 or 6 hours that day. Your 14 is all that matters to them. So unless you can try and figure a split in somehow, which sometimes you just can't. Sometimes if you got more than one delivery in the same day, you just can't do it. You might be at one place for 6 hours and another place for 4 hours. Of course, I know they changed the rules here recently, and I normally don't need to do any kind of a split, so I don't know what they changed them to. But that's my morning, and maybe once I get in the dock here, I'll continue on with this little video about nothing. Well, I'm still here at Clarios. Backed into the dock. I sat here for a little while. No activity. So I had to walk back around through the gate, across the grass, into a door, and remind the security guard. Sometimes these guys back here, they forget you're here, because they mostly load and unload on the other side of the building, but when I bring in these steel coils, they got one door over here for that, and they forget. They don't get a lot of deliveries on this side. At least not as much on the other side. I've had a few trucks come in here when I'm in here that were waiting for me, or I waited for them. So he said he'd give them a call, let them know I was over here. He said he told them already, but I think they just forgot or they got sidetracked. But I got a really busy day today. I got to run up to Vancouver, pick up some kind of wood product. I don't know if it's wood, plywood, or who knows what, about 40,000 pounds of whatever it is. And then I got to be in Twin Falls tonight. I probably won't make it all the way tonight, but it would be nice to make it all the way there tonight so that I can drop that stuff off in the first thing in the morning, and then I got to head up to Roberts, Idaho, and pick up another load of hay and back to Omaha, back home. I don't live in Omaha, but I live in Nebraska, and I stop along the way and get my restart in so I can start again on Monday. But this doesn't look promising, and I'm probably not going to get home until either late Saturday night, maybe Sunday morning. I don't know. I'm gonna kick this thing into gear and get there as quickly as possible. Thank God this ain't a government truck. If I had to run 62, 65 miles an hour everywhere I went, That would just be miserable. I know it's good for the fuel mileage, and I do run 65 a lot just to save on fuel. But when you got to get home, you got to get home, and at 62 miles an hour, you ain't getting home. Well, that's all I got for this place. Ain't much else going on. It's like I see truck after truck after truck go down the street to the other side of the building, because that's where most of the stuff comes from. And this place is really crappy to get into. You gotta go through some residential streets, but it's like a little maze. They've got signs up, and you don't deviate off course. You turn off the main road, cross the tracks, you stay on that road, you follow the signs, you go up a couple streets, you turn left, you go down the street, you make a quick left and a quick right. You don't deviate off any of these streets. They're all posted, no trucks. And we already had somebody got lost coming in here once before, and they ended up in an accident. So I don't want that. Luckily, I've been in here enough times. I know how to get in here and get out of here, but certain times of the day it is miserable trying to get in here, because you can't make that turn off the main road. There's so much traffic, and you need the whole street to make that turn. But I'll cut this one off for now, and maybe I'll add to it when I get to the next place. Y'all take care. Well, here we are, Port of Vancouver, Washington. I gotta, as soon as that truck with the container pulls out, I gotta back into there. And right now, I gotta come down here. I gotta slide my axles back just a little bit. I had them sucked all the way forward for that other. And today is turning into a major nightmare. Parking brake. Put some air back in there. And I always use the trolley brake, hand brake, Johnny bar, whatever the hell you want to call it, to scoot them back. And because once I put the trailer air back, then that puts the pins back out, and then I just use the handbrake to scoot it, lock it into place. I don't know how far back I slid them, it don't really matter, but I just didn't want them all the way forward, so I put them back a little bit. Well, let's get outside and see what's out here besides this place. Might as well save a little fuel here. Yeah, I got new caps at home. Once I get this thing washed up and get my wheels polished, I'll stick them back on. Yeah, I slid them all the way. That's alright. It's good for them to load that way. You can tell I haul hay because it's always in here. You can't hardly ever get it all the way out. You gotta blow all those. This one's actually easier than our newer trailers. Our newer trailers is almost impossible. You gotta blow it out of all those things there that you hook the straps into. Pretty slick. This is like a lumber place. Something lumber. days I had my lines all braided, and the truck was at Peterbilt for a week, and I get it back and they got everything all screwed up. But that's okay, because I've got a set of the ones that are wrapped, and I'm going to put those on. I'm going to take this bunch of crap off and put the wrap lines on. I'm so tired of this mess. It's just a mess. Yep, it's starting to come down now. I'm going to get in the truck and wait for this other truck to get out. And then I will back in there and get my load and get the heck out of here. Well, this concludes another week. I wanted to wash my truck, but the truck wash was closed. Dump this trailer off here and go home. Throw a lock on my trailer. Dirty truck, dirty trailer. Yeah, I don't know why they'd be closed on a Saturday, but very bizarre. And here we have a load of hay. I gotta lock hay up because this town I live in, they'll steal anything and everything. Yeah, looks good here. The wind's really kicking. Filmed some stuff yesterday, but just didn't get a chance. Getting loaded. Pretty busy. The place I delivered out was pretty exciting. I get to this place and there's people in there, but they were treating me like I was invisible. But the guy that does the shipping and receiving there gave me his card. He's like, next time call ahead, because he was in his office and didn't know I was there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rock it. Get the pin unlocked. Can't believe how dirty my truck is. It's unreal. Sometimes you gotta rock it back and forth to get the jaws to unlock, to get stuck. There we go. Yep, well, just like it's supposed to be. Dump the airbags. And we are done for the week. I head home and probably wash my truck at the house and install my new airlines and electrical. Get tomorrow off, and then Monday we'll do it all over again. We'll catch you next time. Howdy.